Welcome to the D-Pad Rides again. I'm your host, DZ Dog, and you're here with my newest guest.
Hey, I'm Alex from Turbo Zone. That's the most bland intro I could possibly do.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's fine.
Hey, it's your boy Alex from Turbo Zone. I make Minecraft videos. Uh,
but yeah. So I know this is kind of the generic question, but what got you started with, creating content on YouTube?
um, actually, my start with YouTube is really complicated. I started back in I think it was 2000. I think it was 2008 was when I technically started. But way before I was doing video game content, I was doing short films, and in fact, I still make like independent film. Um, so it was like me and some friends from my high school with like a really crappy like digital camera, and it all started there. And then from there on, I kind of like taught myself and evolved through time.
Oh, cool. I actually used to do films back in high school, but none of my friends uploaded them, thankfully, because they're really bad.
Yeah, most of my old stuff's gone. Like, I have another channel, shameless plug, Frickin' Frack, where me and some other friends make short films, and it's not as active this year because we've just kind of like gone our separate ways for right now. It's kind of on a like hiatus, but I have some of my older stuff on there. But my first channel, it's dead. It's like you can't find anything from that channel. Luckily, because like I was like 14, and that's no, like none of it was good. It was all just garbage.
Yeah, well, we all got to start somewhere, so it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, y'all got to start somewhere. Um, I mean, that's basically how I started. Sorry, my cats are just being really loud.
Yeah, my friend has cats, so like whenever we're on Discord or Skype or whatever, I can constantly hear them in the background when we're playing games.
I have like three cats, and like they're fine except for when I'm trying to actually do something, and then they're all in my way. Um,
Hmm. All right, well, do you have any inspirations, be they
oh
like
yes,
content creators
yeah,
or anyone like that?
dude, big time. So um, do you want to just talk about because like I don't want to talk about my other film stuff that much because that's not really what I'm doing with my time now. Um, but as far as Turbo Zone and how I really got into doing like video game content, the first everybody. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Everybody watched the Angry Video Game Nerd back in the or like late 2000s. Okay, we get it. Um, that was that like the first time I was probably like introduced to like, oh hey, you can make videos about video games and people will watch them. But the first channel that I was really into that like made video game content was Classic Game Room, and say what you want about the quality of his stuff. It's gone all over the place. But at one point in time, he used to make really like consistent and funny videos. Um, and from there on, I've had other inspirations. Which you did a video on one, Stop Skeletons for Fighting or The Happy Video Game Nerd. He was one that I really loved his stuff back in the day, and I still watch his stuff now. And there's a few other channels like Some Call Me Johnny. I really like his channel a lot, and I've been watching him since it's like 2009, I think. Um, whenever they were still like the Super Gaming Brothers. There's a few like YouTube channels that I've like over the years kind of like take bits and pieces of that really like inspired me.
Hmm. Yeah, I really liked AVGN's content. He's really evolved over the years. That's one thing I like about him. He hasn't really like just stuck in that one niche of talking about old games. He also talks about
Yeah.
movies and
Well,
television.
I actually like his content a lot more now.
Hmm.
I've never been one for the negative gaming content, like the angry rants and stuff
Right.
like that, you know, and because like because my whole thing is that whenever I'm watching a video about video games, even if it's bad, I'm watching it to have fun. And that's the kind of the same mentality I have when making videos, is I'm making them to have fun. And I just like I don't have a good time being negative. Like I would much rather share something that I really enjoy or that I know a lot about. That's why I usually stick to what I stick to. I don't really dabble into other parts of the gaming culture that I don't know much about. Um, you know, oh my god, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck's going on over there? Sorry.
Hmm. Oh, well, let's see. That actually leads into another question. Was there any other things you'd like to do with your channel aside from gaming or anything like that?
I've thought about a few of the things which I've kind of dabbled in. I really like music, and I thought about doing more music content. I did one video last year. Me and my friend Majority, like used to collaborate a lot, and like we're still really close friends. And we're both really big fans of Gorillaz. So whenever their album from last year came out, we did a full like 40-minute like podcast review. And I've always thought about going back and doing some more like music related content, but I don't know much about that part of YouTube. You know, like the whole music review and stuff like that. That's not
Hmm.
really something that I know much about, but I've always been interested in maybe dabbling in that.
Oh yeah, I like the music side of YouTube. I don't really have much knowledge about that kind of group as well, aside from Anthony Fantano. He makes some good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I've watched his stuff a lot, um, but I don't know because like I know people like a lot of people just in just, like life just like throughout my day they'll see me, and well, it's not that long anymore, but whenever I had my really long hair, people would be like, oh, you must be a metalhead, and I'm really not. Like I do like some metal bands, but my music tastes are just all over the place. Like some days it'll be metal and some days it'll be like fucking Wu-Tang Clan, like you never know, so I've always liked different like musical groups, and I've always been interested in finding like really obscure music. But I just don't know if there's like enough of a demand online to really make content about it. Like
Yeah, I understand. Like the group that well, not really group, but I guess the kind of content I upload, it's like about internet personalities and stuff like that. It's also kind of niche.
yeah, I really like that though, because it's kind of like it kind of puts everything into a perspective. Because I found you through your Nikki Jakey video that you did
Oh, yeah. I don't know
like
how I
forever.
feel about that one. I didn't really like it compared to this one guy who also talks about YouTubers. His name's Blue Shades. He did a really good video about Nikki Jakey.
Yeah, I've seen his too. But I mean, and I like Nikki Jakey, so I'm always on down. I'm always down to hear more about him because he's doing some really cool stuff. Like he's doing stuff that it's kind of hard to wrap my brain around, like how he like what his creative process is.
Because he has a lot of personality with his videos. He doesn't try to do the whole analytical route like a lot of people do,
Hmm.
and there's just
Yeah,
something very genuine about it.
I the whole analytical thing. I mean, like I feel like sometimes it can be done correctly. Like I really like the gaming historian. I feel like he's really clean and professional with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I really like his content. But there's other channels that it just comes off as kind of stale and
Hmm.
boring. So you know, I do really like Nikki Jake. He's just like you like when you're watching his video, I can't imagine anybody else making a video like that but him. It's and like that's kind of what you need today, and like the YouTube culture is like you really need a a reason to be there. like channels like his, channels like a Donkey. I love Donkey. Um, channels like what's his name? Scott the Waz. I like his channel a lot too. They they all have these really like they all just kind of feel like you're not watching a channel made by a person. You're like watching the inner workings of their brain and like how they think, and it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's all about charisma, I think, nowadays, as well as, having an idea of what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's finding that happy medium.
which is hard. I've been through many phases through my YouTube gaming career, I guess you would call it. I wouldn't call it that. But I've been through different stylistic changes. And I like the one that I have now, because I really like when I made this channel. I really wanted it to be um, self-aware of like sorts, like because I really go for this like retro style, um, but I try not to make it seem like I'm trying too hard to make it feel professional or make it feel like I don't know. Like I'm not really sure what I'm getting at here, but I try to at least make it feel like I'm also aware that I'm on a YouTube show.
Yeah,
It's a
you're trying to, I guess, not take yourself too seriously, like just have fun with it.
yeah, exactly. Because like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, if it becomes work for me, what's the point?
Yeah, that's how I've kind of tried to do my channel as well. I just make whatever now, even if it's the
Hmm.
dumbest thing possible. Like, I think a lot of my newest videos have been really bad, but I'm just having fun with it, so I don't really care.
I just and like one of my most important things with my channel is the style. I'm always when I'm like making a video. Well, not my last one because my my mic quality was bad in that last video. But what you like usually when I'm making a video now, my focus is the style. I want the style of my channel to be consistent. And I want whenever you're watching one of my videos, I want you, much like Nikki Jakey, I want you to be like, "Oh, this is a Turbo Zone video. Nobody else can make this video happen." You know?
Yeah, you want to just try to leave your mark, leave an impression on people, so they'll just keep watching, so
So
you don't
one
have a
day they'll
bunch of
buy
dead
my
subs.
so so one day I can sell T-shirts and make more money. I'm just kidding. That's not what I
Nah,
mean.
yeah, I don't really want to get that big, but I
Yeah,
still
me
want people
either.
to talk about me and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I've made like quite a bit of friends through just through Turbo Zone, and like I'm not even that big of a channel, but I've managed to kind of worm my way into this like circle of like channels, this like little community of like almost.
Hmm.
And I had, like, so I have a bunch of friends that we haven't done much recently because I kind of like rebooted my channel and have been kind of like sticking with the style that I'm doing. But I used to have guests on constantly from these other channels, and I really like that like community aspect.
Yeah, I think that's gonna kind of help in the long run for smaller channels, is to people just kind of group up into communities like that and just collab.
I mean, there was one guy that I won't say his name, but I mean, we're totally cool now. I did a video back in like I think it was like April or maybe before then this year, where I like made fun of one of his videos and like critiqued it because he was kind of hating on Metal Jesus, and I'm not saying I'm the biggest Metal Jesus fan, but I don't think he deserved the kind of hate he got in that video.
Hmm.
And the guy that I did the video of, he actually contacted me after that, and we're like really good friends now.
Oh,
so,
that's
so
great.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because like he was like, "Wow, you're really fair about your criticism." So that's awesome, and I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, it's always good when those little internet feuds kind of work themselves out
Hmm.
and just blowing up into something completely pointless and
YouTube
inane.
hashtag YouTube drama.
I'm just tired of this whole drama in YouTube. I know it's always been a thing, but it just feels like it's more profitable, I guess, now than it
Yeah,
was.
Will anything ever get bigger than the Game Grumps conspiracies?
Oh, yeah, I remember those. I like when
Remember those
JonTron
like
left.
2013?
Yeah.
Those were the best.
Oh my gosh.
That was going on forever.
Uh-huh. People thought that they got into a fight or something happened, or and then
It
in
was such
reality it was nothing.
yeah, it was nothing. They're cool. They're buds.
Yeah.
I YouTube.
Uh-huh. It is what it is, I guess. Okay, so uh what's your favorite, not game, but I guess gaming company maybe? Maybe that's probably
Gaming.
better.
Oh, well, I mean, it's Microsoft. I'm just kidding. It's Sega. It's Sega. It's always been Sega. I'm a Sega fanboy, and like there for a while, I tried to kind of veer my channel off and like not do just Sega content and do other stuff. Um, but I find that hard because all my interests just come back to doing Sega videos. Um, so here lately, it's been a lot of Sega videos, and I've always loved Sega. The Sega Genesis is my favorite console, and I have almost every other Sega console. My friend Ash, that owns the game store that I'm always doing videos in, he's actually selling me a Master System. So soon I will have all Sega consoles, but that's the only one I'm missing is the Master System. Um, but I've always loved Sega, even whenever they made terrible decisions.
Yeah. I always kind of felt myself to be a bit of a Sega kid growing up, even though I also played a lot of Nintendo games.
I mean, I do like Nintendo a lot. I mean, I have a Pikmin poster up on my wall because Pikmin's awesome. But but I don't know. Yeah, just like as a kid, like my first console that I ever got was a Game Gear back when I was younger. So I just always, like there's always been that part of me that was just always attached to Sega. And like now, I play PS4. I play. Well, I don't have a Switch. Shame on me.
Oh no, it's
But I
fine.
play.
I don't actually have a Switch either.
So
I don't know.
I do have a Wii U though, so I can
Oh,
say that I play the Wii U. But
yeah.
and I play other consoles, and well, the only Xbox I have is the original Xbox, but I like play the the original Xbox. But I've always just found myself going back to Sega.
Yeah, Sega was a really big innovator. A lot of people don't really seem to like bring this up. Whenever, Sega's mentioned is always, oh, they used to be good, but then Sonic, they just kept focusing on Sonic. But
Yeah,
they
Sonic,
they
Sonic, Sonic.
I think the big problem with Sega is that they came out the gate really strong with a lot of their projects like Sega Channel and how the
Hmm.
Dreamcast was online. It was like one of the earlier online consoles. But then
Oh yeah, sorry.
uh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
on, but then like other companies would come out with something even better, and they just couldn't really compete.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I've never understood the whole console wars aspect. Because who cares? Who the fuck cares? Like honestly, like it's a game console. Just play what you want to play, man.
Exactly. Just
Like
have
who
fun.
cares? Like yes, I get it. The Super Nintendo is technically superior to the Genesis. Whatever, man. Like I still like my Genesis a whole lot. I still think it has a lot of personality. I still like my Super Nintendo. There's great games on there. Donkey Kong Country is like my top 5 games of all time. But the Genesis, I don't know, like there's something about it, which is why I usually I love to poke fun at at that whole console wars thing, and I will always joke about making a video about the reasons why I don't like the SNES when I really have nothing against the SNES. I just always like to poke fun at that because I
That'd be
think
a
it's
funny
stupid.
video if you did it like in the style of those old like '90s commercials.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick. It'd be awesome. And then I mean, even from there, like people always, whenever I hear like the downfall of Sega, how Sega died, it's always the Saturn. And like I get that, yes, the Saturn led the company down from sales and stuff. But I don't think the Saturn is really that like bad of a console.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah, it's definitely it has its like games and it has its types of games. And there's no reason for the hate. I mean, if you don't want to play the Saturn, don't play the Saturn. I mean, like honestly, you're probably better off not playing it because the games are so fucking expensive.
Yeah,
So,
that's
so,
true.
so I mean, I paid like $60 for a copy of Resident Evil on the Saturn. So
Oh, I think
yeah.
one of my local game stores, they had like, I think it was one of the Panzer Dragoon games, and it was like 70 or $80.
Oh wow. I did
Yeah.
one time. I did rip off a game store. They had a copy of Galactic Attack, which is usually like a $50 game, but it was disc only, and they had it marked down for $3. They didn't know what it was, so I bought the disc for $3.
Nice.
Yes. And then of course everybody likes the Dreamcast. Everybody loves Dreamcast.
Yeah, Dreamcast
That's
is good.
that's just like a universal. Like if you don't love the Dreamcast, you're fucking stupid. Like
Exactly.
there's something wrong with you.
That's right. Jet Grind Radio or GTFO.
Yeah, exactly. That game's got a sick soundtrack, dude. That's it. Like the game's
Hmm.
soundtrack is like worth being on my phone.
I actually have a few of
Dude,
those songs on my iPod. I still have an
yeah.
iPod. Yeah.
Oh, hey, me. You know what? Me too. Mine's barely hanging in there though. It's an old iPod Touch. But the top of the screen is like chipped away, so like it's like exposed in like the corner. It's really sad. It's like it's like on life support.
Aw.
But I'm like, hang in there, iPhone. Sorry, not iPhone. I'm iPod.
Yeah. Hmm. But yeah, I like Sega a lot. I understand the hate a little bit, but you got
I
to look at it this
understand.
way. They had to downsize a lot, so a lot of
Mhm.
the people who worked on a lot of the classic games that we all love, like Shinmu and Jet Grand Radio, Burning Rangers, all that, they kind of had to let a lot of those people go. So,
Yeah, well, and
mm,
like I understand. Like yes, post Dreamcast, or they kind of just went from making all kinds of creative games to just making Sonic, and Sonic Yakuza and Hatsune Miku. That's what they do now mainly.
yeah.
Um, or I think they have the Total War games or something now. I don't I, don't-
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't play them, but I think that's a big thing they have now. But it's but I mean honestly, like to those people that like are like, well, these suck since then. Like, hey, did you buy the last night's game that came out on the Wii? I don't. Did you? Because I don't think you did.
Yeah, that's the thing. They tried making the games and no one really
Yeah,
cared.
exactly. Like they kept making it like well, one of their best series is Monkey Ball, and that came out post Dreamcast.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and Monkey Ball's a great series that I mean people bought for a while and then kind of stopped buying. And it was just one of those things. Like I hate when people are like, "Well, Sega doesn't make games." Like, well, do you support them? Because I mean, if they had the sales figures, I could promise you they would make the games. But
Yeah. Well, maybe one day people will wise up because Shenmue 3 and they're
yeah,
re-releasing Shenmue 1 and 2, so
yeah,
maybe they'll actually
everybody get
buy
on
them.
that. Well, they released Shenmue 1 and 2, and then they did that Genesis collection, which is really good. So I mean, if you really want to support them, they there you go. Like, and don't say that doesn't work because look at Mega Man 11. Like, Capcom made another Mega Man game just because the Legacy Collection game sold really well.
Hmm. Okay, let's see. Speaking of having good taste, Suda 51, No More Heroes.
Oh, yes, my favorite game. No More Heroes is a game that I discovered back in like I remember like it came out in 2007, right? I think
I think so,
I,
yeah, 2007.
I
I was like in high
discovered it in
school.
2008. I was
Oh.
like, yeah, I was. It was my. I was in high school. I don't remember what grade I was in. I was in high school, and we were having a yard sale, and I had sold some of my old stuff, and I went to GameStop that day, and for like $20, I bought No More Heroes on the Wii because I was playing Wii at the time, and I swear to you, I beat that game like 10 times that year. I just kept playing that game. And that game's always been like ingrained in my brain, and like I still keep up with Suda 51. Um, and the only title I don't have is Killer 7. I have played it, because a friend of mine had it and I borrowed it, but I haven't bought it because it's kind of pricey and I want
Oh,
a
it's coming
GameCube
out on
copy.
Steam, so
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I think in November or sometime in fall.
That's 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 awesome because I want the GameCube version,
Oh,
so I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, oh well, because I've seen the PS2 version, but I'm like, oh well, I'll just hold off because one day I'll find the GameCube version somewhere.
yeah, the GameCube version is the better one, I think.
Yeah, from what I hear, it's got way better like loading times and stuff. So
Hmm.
I'm like, well, that's enough to get me to buy it. So, um, but yeah, I No More Heroes. That game is phenomenal. I don't know if there'll ever be another game that could artistically is in the same realm as that game. It's really bizarre because
Yeah.
Suda games, Suda 51 games before that were kind of niche, serious games, and Suda 50 games after that were really wacky games.
Hmm.
And No More Heroes was like the sweet middle spot. Like it was just oh
Yeah, I don't think even in the indie gaming industry you'll find something like No More Heroes or anything that Suda51 does.
yeah, well, No More Heroes is a game that first time you play it, you're like, oh, this is kind of crazy, wacky bullshit.
Hmm.
And then the second time you're playing it, you're like, holy shit, this has a meaning. This means something. Like this is here for a reason. Like there's a reason why I'm having to mow this fucking lawn. Like everything here matters, and that's something that I think Suda himself just kind of forgot after that game. Because not saying his other games aren't bad.
Yeah, they just became
Are bad.
too
They're just kind of
meme worthy, I guess. They became too goofy. They didn't
yeah,
have
they're
that perfect balance.
yeah. It sounds like whenever he heard that people liked how funny Travis was, they were like, "Whoa, he okay, we'll just keep making funny games." And it's like, well, people didn't like Travis because he was funny. People liked Travis because he was different. He was
Y-
relatable.
Yeah, he was kind
He
of like this deconstruction. I hate using that term, but like this deconstruction, I guess, of action games, action
Yeah,
game
exactly.
heroes.
He wasn't the cool character like Dante from Devil May Cry, but he thought he was the cool character like
Exactly.
Dante, and that was what made him great and why it was so much fun to watch him. And plus, that game soundtrack's fucking great. Just I mean,
Yes.
I use it everywhere. I just I'll one day they'll play it at my funeral. It'll be the little sub game music of the like caskets going down on the ground.
It's like a quick time event, like the giant Wii A button appears.
I mean, and
Uh,
No More Heroes 2 is still a good game. That game's still worth playing.
mhm.
It's still got a lot of redeeming qualities. It just looking back on it, I really have a fondness for the first game.
Yeah, I don't know what was the deal with No More Heroes 2. A lot of the I heard that I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but Suda designed the characters first and then wrote the story after. So that's why a lot of the characters didn't really have much development.
Yeah, the bosses sucked.
Yeah, they were
The
not
bosses
good.
in the because the bosses in the first game are just have so much personality. Just
I know.
watch if you haven't played that game, just watch the cutscenes with fucking Destroy Man, and that'll just tell you right there why this game's amazing.
Like you could probably make games out of some of the just boss characters.
Yeah,
Like they
it's
have so
so
much
cool.
story just
It's
crammed in there.
I love that game. I bought it twice already. I bought it on Wii, and then I bought it on PS3, and I'll buy it again. Suda, just keep selling me this game.
Yeah,
I'll
just
buy it.
remake it on Steam
Yeah,
or put
just
it on the Switch.
put it on everything.
Yeah,
Just
put
put
it
it on.
everything.
Make it the new Doom. Just put it everywhere.
Yeah, make a app version. I don't know.
An
Play it on
app
your
version.
phone.
Yeah, you have to swipe your finger across the cut the people's heads off and stuff.
Actually, that would
Uh,
probably work.
you know what? That's also a pretty good reason why it was cool. Because at the time, the Wii, which I like the Wii. I used to be really into the Wii. I was into Wii collecting for a while.
Hmm.
I had over 200 something games for a little bit. Um, but I've kind of brought myself down from there, and I kind of weeded out my collection. But I was really into the Wii for a little bit, and when I first got the Wii, I had like Smash Bros, of course, gotta have Smash Bros, and I had like some other games like Resident Evil 4 and stuff. But I think No More Heroes was the first time that I really like felt like there was this like untapped potential in the Wii because like the game doesn't overly like the game doesn't use the motion controls that much. But when it does, it's really effective. Um, just for like because like you just like use a button to slash, and then you use the swipe just to do like the like finishing blow, and it's like really addictive. And I can't really explain it, but it's
Yeah,
just
it has a kind of simple arcadey feel to it, but I don't know, it works.
it works. It just works.
Yes. Uh,
uh, I think it's enough sucking No More Heroes dick for a
yeah,
little
it's
bit.
true. Let's see. What else? Oh, Kojima. I kind of feel like he and Suda51, they should really collab. Cause didn't they collab with Revengeance? I'm not entirely sure.
No, Revengeance was Platinum,
Oh yeah, it
which
was
is another
Platinum.
studio level of Platinum.
Yeah.
Um, but no, Kojima. Metal Gear Solid is a good series.
Uh-huh. Kind of sad it's gone, but it's like everything.
Yeah, but like I have really mixed feelings with some of the entries in that game series. Like not counting Survive, that's not a Metal Gear game.
Yeah, yeah.
But the actual like numbered games and stuff, and like some of the spinoffs. I have like the highs and lows. Like my favorite's probably two. Um,
Hmm.
just because I think that's just a really solid game. And I know you don't play a snake, and
Yeah.
the whole thing's a simulation. Spoiler alert: the whole thing's a simulation or whatever.
Yeah, I liked
Um,
two. I didn't like it at first, but it kind of grew on me over the years.
I, I really like it. I played that game after three. I think that's why I like it. Um, but three's good. Four is uh, kind of a shit show.
Hmm. I don't know what they're trying to do with that one.
I played Ford one time, and it's been sitting on my shelf ever since. I don't think I'll ever put that game back in. Um, it was funny because I was playing it with a friend of mine, and we were staying up till like 5 in the morning to beat it. And that part near the end where like Snake's like, "I'm gonna kill myself" or
Yeah.
whatever, and he went to the bathroom after that, and like I finished the game, and he came back later, and he was like, "Oh, what happened?" And I was like, Snake shot himself." So I think to this day he still thinks that Snake shot himself, and it's my favorite thing.
Uh,
Because I imagine he's gonna be in this awkward situation where someone's like, "Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4." He's like, "Yeah, I'm really sad that Snake shot himself," and someone's gonna be like, "What? What are you talking about?"
uh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 5 is probably my favorite gameplay wise. I
Yeah, I
think the
heard a lot of
game's
good stuff about that one. Still haven't
yeah,
played it yet.
it's good. But you know what though? Zone of the Enders. Yes.
Yes.
Give me more.
Yeah, that's perfect. Now that Kojima doesn't work on the Metal Gear games, he could maybe continue with Zone of the Enders or something completely
Yeah,
different.
probably not. I think Konami has that
Oh,
right. Like
oh,
the rights locked away in a closet somewhere. And they're like,
yeah. Dang
"You'll
it.
never get it. Damn you, Konami! Do something.
Do
I mean,
something
do
with those
something good."
IPs. Yeah, good. You're gonna get Zone of the Enders Survive. You're gonna fight
I mean, we
zombies, giant
God.
zombies.
I mean, we had that Castlevania anime. That was cool.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
You,
so like, do something, Konami. Come on.
you know what? I think Kojima would be good with movies. Same with maybe Suda51 as well, because they have this kind of I don't know how to describe it. This kind of cinematic way of doing things. Like a lot of Suda51's
Uh,
stuff feels like these weird like experimental films.
well,
And he,
I think it's a little different. I think Kojima would be good with movies because I feel like a lot of times he is making a
yeah,
movie, pretty much. Suda, I feel like it's the other way around because like his stories could be adaptable into movies, but I feel like with the elements in his games, from mainly I'm talking about Killer Seven and No More Heroes, which are like his deepest games. Beyond that, they're all just fun, wacky
yeah,
hack and slash, and shooter games and stuff. But those two games, I feel like there's a lot of like of the themes and the story that are told by being a game, that would kind of it would lose its impact as a movie.
Hmm. Never thought
If
of
that
it like
makes
that.
sense.
No, I
Yeah,
understand what you're saying.
because I don't know. It's just like some of the like take the I'm trying to think what rank it is. I think it's rank 5. The Let's Shake
Oh
boss
yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Take that like long hallway. Like that's something that he creatively decided should be in the game. And that would be something that could only work in a game. If you watched a movie where a guy just walked down a hallway for 10 minutes, you'd be like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Yeah, the only way you could do that is like, have you seen Old Boy?
Old boy, isn't it the kung fu thing or something? I can't
Yeah,
remember
it's
what it
like
was.
it's a movie based on a manga, and there was this really
I've
good fight scene in a hallway, and it was just
I've
like one
seen.
shot. If they did something like that,
Oh,
it would be
yeah,
really
I
good.
think I have seen that. I've seen that part at least. I don't think I've ever watched the full movie. But I know of it.
Yeah, but I understand what you're trying to say. I think Kojima would be better with movies, and I guess Suda51 would just continue making games, but maybe try to. I don't want to say have a point, but like not just be funny meme game guy. I don't know what
Yeah,
I'm trying
funny
to say.
meme game guy. Yeah, I mean, funny meme game guy. Well, I feel like he was trying with Killer is Dead. He tried to have some kind of
Yeah.
a meaning again, but I feel like it was just kind of lost in translation. Because like that game's weird.
Yeah, I
I
haven't played it yet.
still don't know what to think about that game. I'm like, did I like it? I guess. Like, I mean, gosh, I played it. I'm getting cold sweats just thinking about it. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
sitting
did
there
I
just like,
enjoy
oh,
that? No, yes.
I mean, it was cool, but some parts weren't cool, but some parts were really cool. What? He has a gun arm. He walked for one mission. He just walked. There was what is it? The moon? What is happening? I want to see somebody sum up that game story in like 2 sentences. Like you can't.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh man. Uh,
okay, let's see. What else do we have? Uh, what's your creative process when making your videos?
it really differs. A lot of the time, I have to have something to. I mean, obviously, I have something to talk about. I mean, I have to have a focus for the video, or else it's just not going to happen. And sometimes that's the hardest part is finding something that's just interesting enough for me to actually want to do a video on it. Um, because like I'm constantly like, okay, what's my next video? Okay, what's my next video? And I'm also and like I'm always like writing out ideas and then throwing them away, and it takes forever for me to actually decide on what I'm going to do next. Um, but from there, I try to, at least recently, I try to kind of approach it the same way I would write a film. I want to kind of set the tone. I want to establish what kind of video this is going to be. Is it going to be a funny video? Is it going to be mainly informative? What kind of, what's my goal here? And from there on, I usually try to write some kind of joke for the beginning of the video because I feel like usually if I can lead in with a joke or something funny or something just kind of interesting, it'll help me set the tone and the rest of the video in turn will be fun because if I just open up and I'm like, hey, it's Alex, today we're just going to talk about this sandwich. The rest of the video you're just like, okay, what's so cool about the sandwich? But if I open up and I have a funny bit or something, then the rest of the video you're like, oh well, that was pretty funny. Maybe there's more jokes to come, and then it's just kind of like the little like in betweens. And plus I love doing those little bits. I love just comedy. um I got off track there. But um and also in my head, I try to think about the editing process, even though that doesn't have to like that's like the last thing I do. But I try to make sure, okay, if I do this, if I write it this way, can I edit this? Is it possible? Like, do I have the tools that I need? And just kind of go from there.
Hmm.
That was a long answer.
Oh, no, it's fine. Anything to, run the time up, I guess. But yeah, I just kind of I think what I like to do is just write scripts out and then, reread them. If something doesn't work, I'll change it or just go off the cuff,
I
which for
can't do
better or worse.
scripts. I've never done scripts. Even when doing
Hmm.
short films, I can't. I do outlines. I do basic outlines with kind of like, if I have jokes, I kind of like put like the gist of the joke in there, and then I just kind of let it happen because I don't feel like scripts are like, like at least whenever I do a script, I don't feel like it comes off as naturally as me
Hmm.
just having the basic idea of what I'm doing and letting whatever happens happen.
Hmm. Yeah, just going with the flow, I guess.
um, I
Let's
guess.
see. Um, other questions. Oh, do you plan on doing anything else with your movies, or is that kind of, that ship sailed?
Yeah. No, it hasn't. Okay, so here, let me explain what happened with that situation. I've been doing the channel Frickin' Frack is like a short film series.
Hmm.
It's kind of like an ongoing like episodic thing, and I've been doing it for about 6 years. And me and the guy that I was doing it with, we've been best friends for ages, and he is more of an actor, and that's kind of his passion. And he is actually moving to Atlanta,
Oh.
which is like 6 hours away. So he's gone now. So while we still plan on working together and stuff on projects, and he'll always come back and we'll work on stuff. That channel is just, it isn't right now, at least it isn't possible for us to do anything else on it. And where we've been doing it for so long, I don't want to do it by myself because I don't feel like could make it as I couldn't make it what it is without him being there as well. It would kind of feel like kind of watching The Completionist after Greg left. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel the same. And I don't want that to be the case. I don't want to, for people to be like, oh, this is the post whatever era, of the videos. But I do have other ideas, solo ideas, and if I ever do them, I would be doing them on a clean slate with a new channel and stuff. And I'm always doing around different ideas. And one of my biggest ideas right now is actually I'm a big horror fan. Horror. I can't say it. It's so weird. I'm a big horror fan. I love Evil Dead. Like Evil Dead is my favorite, like one of my favorite franchises. And I've always wanted to do kind of something in the same vein, like of a horror comedy movie. Oh, like a dark horror comedy or something, or like a series maybe. So that's always an idea that I'm throwing around.
Hmm. Well, hopefully that works out for you, man.
Oh man, yeah, I hope too. It sucks, man. It sucks living where I live because, um, luckily I have had people that have been supportive and wanted to help and stuff, but I live like in the middle of fucking bumfuck nowhere in the South.
Hmm.
So if I'm like, oh hey, I'm making a movie, people are like, you're fucking stupid. Like, get a real job, you hippie. And I'm
No,
like,
I understand that. I live in Texas, and so whenever I try to like do like these like live action shots in some of my videos, I don't know, it just feels kind of weird. People are just looking at me like, what are you doing?
oh yeah, I've had experiences like that, but once again, I've been doing it for 6 years, so now I just don't give a fuck. I just do whatever. People are like, "Oh, that you're stupid. You're making movies. Get a job." And I'm like, I have a full time job. Like I'm a manager, you know.
Hmm.
But I mean, I still find time to do to have these creative outlets. And I feel like that's a really important part of my life because people are like, "Well, why didn't you go to school for film? Why aren't you in school for film?" And I'm like, "I don't need to go to school to be a filmmaker. I just have to have a camera." Like you like I feel like a lot of people think that like you have to have these degrees, you have to be in with a certain crowd to do
Hmm.
stuff like that. And today with the internet, you just have to have a camera. Just do it. Just make something.
Yeah, that's really true because I like to draw a lot, and I took like maybe one college course, and I was like, I don't like this, and so I just kind of just do it for fun, just whenever.
Mhm. It's
Just got to do it.
just gotta do it. It's which I guess I'll ramble for a second. My one of my biggest inspirations for film is Kevin Smith, which I don't know how much that holds up today,
Yeah,
but
his stuff is kind of I don't know.
his I mean just what inspires me though is the original Clerks movie and how it was made. The like creative process is really interesting to me because it was just made like he just made it. It just happened. Like it's not like some studio was like, here's this money. Go out and shoot this. He sold his comic book collection. He and his friends had this shoot in his camera, and they made a movie. And now he has a career. And it's kind of like it's just really inspirational. Like it's like you don't need all these like degrees or statuses or like that have to have a passion and to have a what's what I'm looking for. Um
Just a drive, I guess.
yeah, drive. Thank you. So yes, a drive to make whatever you want to make.
Yeah. All right. Well, going on for 40 minutes. I guess we can call it quits here. I appreciate it.
Cool.
Keith, Adam, or no, I'm sorry. Look at me. I don't even know the man's name. Alex. I don't know
Is
why
that
I called you Adam. I guess I have a friend named Adam.
Adam?
Um, Alex.
I do like Adam though. I mean, you can call me Adam.
uh,
I'm totally okay with that.
but yeah, thank you, Alex, for actually coming on here because I'm having trouble getting people to come on the show. But yeah, I
No, dude,
appreciate it.
it's no problem. I love doing collaborations with people, and I love just meeting and talking to new people, and just like once again, just being a part of that like YouTube community. Because I feel like if you're like if you're too pretentious and closed off to be like, ew, no, I won't come on your thing, you out, like you're just kind of you're just kind of trapping yourself,
Yeah.
like it's like because like even if you hang up today and you're like, whoa, what a fucking idiot, and you upload this podcast, somebody's gonna hear it, and somebody that maybe has
Oh, you're cutting out a bit.
hasn't heard of me, check it, stuff, whatever. So it's you just want that community aspect.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. But yeah, I really appreciate it. Probably this is probably one of my favorite episodes, just from our discussions. I really like the interplay between us. You're a cool dude. That's all I'm trying to say. You're cool. I like you.
Thanks,
No.
man. Thanks, man. Thanks. Hey, Suda51, we'll just keep talking about No More Heroes if you send us some money.
Yeah,
If you just
some
pay us
your
a little bit, we'll just keep talking.
a copy of your new game, whatever.
Yeah. Copy of Travis Strikes Again, and then maybe make the actual third
Yeah,
game, please.
make No More Heroes
Not not
3.
not. Yeah, because that's what I thought you were making, and it's not.
Yeah, that was. mm.
What a
Uh,
strange decision.
I know.
Sorry. I just keep going on, man. I'm sorry. I could just talk forever. I just
Oh, I can have you on again. It's no big deal. We can
yeah.
continue to talk. But yeah,
Okay, I'd be down with that.
yeah, because you're a cool guy, and maybe I can have some of my other friends on. We can just talk about whatever.
Cool.
Okay,
You
well,
you could be like, sorry, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you have any closing statements, anything like that? You know,
Just I just want to thank people for listening. I mean, I don't know what your how many people listen, but
not a
if you
lot, but I still have some dedicated
if
followers.
you are, hey, thanks for just hearing me bullshit for a little bit. It's been a lot of fun. And I want to thank you for being really supportive. You've been commenting on my videos and stuff, and just it's really nice to know that I have people that um have show an interest in what I do. And hey, don't forget to click that
Yeah,
notification
right.
bell.
Smash that like button.
Join the notification squad.
Uh, uh, all right. Well, have a good one, man.
Yeah, man.